A station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 9, covering the entire DMV. 60 years later, thousands take to the National Mall for the anniversary of the landmark March on Washington.
Instead of moving forward, it feels as if we're moving back.
What Martin Luther King Jr.'s family says about civil rights work yet to accomplish. And a fatal apartment crash. One person killed inside their home after a vehicle barrels through a brick wall in Prince George's County. The latest from that investigation. And sent home from school, one Virginia high school with no choice but remote learning because of a teacher shortage. The fallout tonight.
And speaking of tonight, it's a warm and muggy night out there this evening, but things are going to change as the front sweeps on through. We've got a little instability out there, so a few showers can be seen. We'll talk more about that for tomorrow and beyond with my full 7-day forecast.
Looking forward to it, Scott. Plus, we're stretching your dollar. School lunches. Look at how you can save while making sure your kids' meals are delicious and nutritious. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Ben Dennis this Saturday evening. Developing right now out of Prince George's County. Emergency workers say one person was killed after a vehicle crashed into an apartment building. Prince George's County Fire and EMS tell DC News Now that the incident happened around 2 a.m. on K Court. It's there a vehicle hit that house. It was an apartment building that multiple families were living in. One person was inside at the time and killed. Their identity has not yet been released to the public. The driver of the vehicle was taken to a nearby hospital for critical injuries. Stay with us as that story develops. And in the district, DC police investigate several homicides. Both involve 18-year-olds who were found dead. Let's take a closer look. One of these shootings happened last night in Southeast. Police say they received reports of a shooting on Naylor Road shortly after 7. When they got there, they found 18-year-old Jakiah Johnson found dead on scene of that crime. The other took place early this morning on 10th Street in Northwest. This is not far from U Street, the popular nightlife scene. Police say they arrived when they found two victims. One, 18-year-old Kenny Edwards, was found dead there. The other victim sent to the hospital with a graze wound. Police offer rewards of up to $25,000 for tips leading to arrests in both of those cases. And an apparent triple murder suicide today at a Maryland apartment northeast of Baltimore. The Harford County Sheriff's Office said they got a report of an active shooter on Trimble Road. Deputies arrived at the apartment around 11:30. Inside, they found 4 people, 3 confirmed dead on scene. The 4th died from their injuries at a hospital. Authorities believe one of the victims could be the suspected shooter. Stay with us as that story unfolds. And tens of thousands of people marked a pivotal moment in the history of D.C. and the country today. They gathered around the Lincoln Memorial to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. D.C. News Now's Dave Laval tells us many who were at the rally were left rejuvenated and recommitted to make a difference.
The dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. started on these steps in 1963. 60 years later, for many people, that dream remains unfulfilled.
I'm very concerned about the direction our country is going in.
Martin Luther King III follows in his father's footsteps, addressing the crowd Saturday at the Lincoln Memorial for the second march on Washington.
Let's not give in. Let's not give out. We must move forward to make this nation the nation that it ought to be for all of God's children.
The program featured several female speakers. During the original demonstration, only one woman spoke. Lynn Mason of Woodbridge welcomed the change.
We keep hearing the message that women weren't allowed to speak, but it appears this time women were running the show. It was a phenomenal experience.
Marcia Taylor lives in D.C.
I feel energized, I feel motivated. There was a diversity of speakers, of platforms, of thoughts, of positions that they spoke about. So yes, I think there was something in there for everyone.
Saturday's program drew considerably fewer people compared to the roughly 250,000 who turned out 60 years ago. But that did not diminish the fight for civil rights among those who did attend Saturday, including Rick Taylor.
There were a lot of people that came along before me that if they had felt the way that they did, I wouldn't have the things that I even have now, and I don't want to lose what I have now, so I'm going to do more than what I've done before.
This Monday, August 28th, marks the actual anniversary of the 1963 march. President Biden will mark the occasion as he meets with the organizers of the original gathering. At the Lincoln Memorial, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Dave for that report. Turning to weather right now with meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, it was a muggy day indeed. How is our Sunday sizing up?
Well, it's still going to be a little humid out there. Maybe not quite as hot, that's for sure, but it's still going to be a little humid. As you see, our beautiful Washington Monument here in the district, 84 degrees, clear skies out there right now. And for the most part, it's clear just about everywhere. There are some showers when we get into the main weather here. I'll show you the grand scope of things, but I can tell you that it has been muggy. Obviously, you know that full effect, and it will continue to be so overnight tonight. So continue to have those ACs running. You know, the heat indices right now at 905. It still feels like it's 90 in the district and 90 over towards Annapolis. However, upper 70s here at Winchester and Martinsburg and elsewhere, like Waldorf as well. Now, you currently see satellite radar view around the Beltway and surrounding region. Quiet conditions here, but we do have some showers that have popped up across portions of our southern viewing region and just outside of that as well. So we'll watch those for tonight. And we do have an active Atlantic season. Right now we've got Tropical Depression 10 and Franklin, Hurricane Franklin. We'll move those arrows away and you can see there they are. We'll talk more in depth about the track of those two systems coming up in the main weather. But in the meantime, here, a cooler Sunday in the sense that the temperatures are going to drop some 10 degrees from where they were today, but still a little bit on the humid side. Early week showers cooling down late week. And again, like I said, we're watching the tropics. I'll let you know all about that and show you that 7-day forecast coming up.
Plenty to cover. Thank you, Scott. Breaking news out of Alexandria. Police say that a shooting on Florence Drive, this is north of Del Rey, has left one person fighting for their life tonight. It's near West Glebe Road. Reporter Dave Laval is on the way to the scene right now. We'll provide updates as we learn more. Turning to Spotsylvania County, Virginia, hundreds of high school students are being forced to learn online because of a teacher shortage. One school board member is raising serious concerns about the problem and says the school district is only making matters worse. DC News Now, Haley Mylon explains.
School board member Nicole Cole says that the superintendent and the school district just are not attracting enough qualified teachers. And in fact, they're downgrading the requirements for professionals coming into dozens of teacher openings. She says that the problem is playing out in high school classrooms where 600 students are taking English and math online.
It's an issue because of the level of the course that they're being taught online.
It's COVID-era deja vu for some at Chancellor High School in Fredericksburg who don't have a qualified instructor in the classroom for courses like high school math.
Are subjects that the students have a physical teacher to be able to ask questions and go through problems.
Learners are using online tool Edgenuity. Cole says it's hitting younger kids too.
A teacher at one of our middle schools who is teaching the virtual class at another middle school.
The most recent official staffing report from August 14th cited 144 licensed teacher vacancies. And Cole says that number misrepresents the problem. Since the spring, the school board voted to change the requirements for dozens of existing positions, meaning less licensed teachers in schools.
But it's just putting a body in the class with our students.
She says boardroom dramatics are derailing any efforts to entice new teachers.
They are restored to the ordinary process.
Superintendent Matt Taylor declined to interview with us, but the district released a statement reading in part, quote, "The district continues to recruit highly qualified staff, and we have strengthened our efforts in growing our own educators and building a pipeline of future teachers." You can read the division's full statement over on DCNewsNow.com. Just keyword search Spotsylvania Schools. From our Chantilly Bureau, I'm Haley Mylon, DC News Now.
Well, thanks to Haley in Northern Virginia. Up north in Montgomery County, today was the second annual Rockville Gun Buyback event. The event ran from 9 to 1 today at the Redgate Park. It's there members of the Rockville Police Department collected firearms and gave out up to $200 in gift cards for those who participated. On their official Twitter page, police say that they received over 100 guns in just the first hour of that event, including ghost guns and one AK-47. Members of the police department thanked the folks who took part, saying the event plays a large role in keeping Rockville safe.
This is critically important for the Rockville City Police Department and our community. We want to do everything we can to stem gun violence in our community, and this is just one aspect of the many tools that we have to reduce gun violence.
And last year, Rockville police collected over 300 guns from that event. This weekend, Loudoun County Animal Services is looking for forever homes for dozens of pets after a severe hoarding case brought in 40 cats from a house in Sterling, Virginia. Here they are. Earlier this month, someone reached out to Animal Services to do a welfare check. Officials say they found cats both inside and outside of that house. They added that ammonia levels inside of the home were unsafe for people and animals, and parts of the home were covered in urine and feces. Officials say that all of the cats are okay and will be up for adoption through Loudoun County Animal Services after vets give them the all clear. Daily adoption hours are from 11 a.m. to 5:30 at night. There's an adoption event happening today and tomorrow in Leesburg. All adoption fees will be waived. The shelter is also asking for donations of canned cat food, unscented litter, and squeeze-up cat treats. New tonight out of Los Angeles, legendary game show host Bob Barker has passed away. He was 99 years old. His publicist made the announcement just this morning, but the cause of death has not officially been released. Barker was a nightly television fixture for decades, hosting Truth or Consequences and, yes, you will remember, The Price is Right. He was also famous for his animal rights activism, always reminding viewers to have their pets spayed and neutered.